I do want to get one of these good things. Nice little toast.
I was just about to say that.
To friends, family, memories, and
hey man, look, mental health and also men heal.
Mental health and men heal. I'm with it. Yes, sir. Oh. Watch the sneakers.
My success, it ain't random. Float on the scene like a phantom. You and I should be on one accord. Together one hell of a tandem. I done cut ties to take it this high. The top is my spot, no questioning why.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy V-Nell J. Success ain't random. Episode 16, man. We back at it. It's been a minute since I've done a sit-down interview, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is dope because we about to have a really dope conversation. You know what I mean? Not nothing too heavy. But we got tissue on deck just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
As I said before, it's your boy V-Nell J. And today I'm joined by two of my guys. You know what I mean? I got my boy Chris Avery in the building.
Yeah.
That's good.
Resident photographer, videographer, you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, D Chris Avery _.
Hey man, he shouted himself out early.
Always, man. You gotta put the plug out, dog.
You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that.
D _Chris _Avery on Instagram. Y'all look me up. Give me a holler.
Yes, sir. I'm not mad at that, man. And also, I'm joined by my boy Spec Too Dope. What's good, man?
Man, what's good, man? It's Spec Too Dope, your favorite producer. You dig what I'm saying? Forever young till the sun done. And, you know, the anime is coming out, Legends and Dragons, pretty soon.
Bars.
Be on the lookout. Yeah, you dig. At Spec Too Dope on everything, even on PlayStation. Add the extra E. If you play Warzone, I'm in there. If you play Call of, you know what I mean, Dragon Ball Z, I'm in there. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do.
He said get wrecked up real quick.
Hit me.
Check up before you get specced up.
Right? My dog.
Justice real fast. I want to make it pretty easy. Yo, man, y'all, I have not done a sit down in a minute, dog. Not that I haven't wanted to, but I wanted to come back with them a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing from the people that watch the podcast, they say, hey man, I like the revamp, but at the same time, bro, you got to get back to the in-person joints because that's what I started off with. So we back in the building, people. And I thought this was the perfect time, the perfect subject to come back with y'all. So I want to start off with a quick little story time. First off, how y'all doing?
You good?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
I'm good. It's hot.
It's hot. Yeah, bro. Hey, if all people in Louisiana, in the South period, y'all know what's going on, man. It's an oven right now.
Heat wave.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Rusty. He like when I say living out here is like living in a plastic bag. It's crazy.
And not the plastic bag.
No, it's ridiculous. But so y'all, I gotta keep it real with y'all, man. I wasn't doing okay.
Word.
Yeah, this week I was supposed to work 2 more days. And I think this is probably Tuesday. Tuesday I was at work and I felt myself getting like real short with people. You know what I'm saying? Like my attitude was just starting to get a little like.
He was on 10.
All it took was the right person to say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? And like before the middle of the day, I knew, hey, I need to cancel my overtime day for Thursday. And before it was all over with, it was like, yeah, I need to cancel my day for Wednesday as well, man. I had stuff that I actually needed to go get done as well, like go pick up train and everything like that, but I knew I wasn't at my baseline. What's crazy about it is it led me to like really start looking into just a reset.
It's crazy how God work, huh?
Yeah, man. And in the process of my reset, y'all, I found out that it's actually Men's Health Month.
Side note, men heal.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that, but good bar.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like I didn't know. I had no idea. And that's a problem in itself, but we're gonna get to that part.
Hey, that's a real problem, for sure.
We're gonna get to that part. So in the process of this, I was like, yo, I I want to talk about this because I like just experiencing a moment where it was like, I'm not okay. And then, mind you, I didn't just sit on my butt like while I was off. Like I actually packed, got ready to leave, but before I left, I had a counseling session. Like I scheduled a meeting with my counselor, and was like, "Hey man, yeah, bro, like I was on edge." And
Can we pause for that?
go ahead.
We gotta normalize that for sure. My bro has a counselor. I do not have a counselor. We gotta normalize that.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's helped me.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like we didn't divulge into like this whole process of what I could do to feel better. It really was one of those things. Like I've been in an environment way too much, and I haven't done enough self-care. So I recognize it before I get pushed to the edge. Let me take some self-care.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, it's something that we do need to normalize for a fact, which is why this subject is crazy. I want to, being that it's Men's Health Month, I understand we always talk about, hey man, like as age comes, even before that, you want to eat the right things. You want to go to the gym. You feel me? We look for the gains, right? You know what I'm saying? We try to prioritize that. But one of the things that I feel like goes to that we don't keep in mind is the mind.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And in spirit of Men's Health Month, I want to talk about this. I want to really dive into men's and male mental health.
Gotcha.
Hey.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. When I did research for this episode, I was actually kind of shocked at some of the statistics I found, bro. Like I read something where like over 6 million men will experience depression every single year.
I can believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Like our suicide rates are like 3 to 4 times more than our female counterparts. Bro,
That's just because, we expected to just take everything on the chin and we're not supposed to have feelings.
How we handle stuff, like women talk to each other. Like I feel like they talk to each other on a different level. Like
They're
the
master
way
communicators,
that
though.
they handle each other, the level of comfortability with each other, we don't have that.
yeah, and man, bro, it was nuts. Like they were saying something along the lines of, I think, patients that are like diagnosed with schizophrenia,
Yeah.
90% of them are men. Like 1 in every 5 men are dependent on alcohol. Like it's like, and out of all of these statistics, whether you have, like, I really want to push that. Out of all of these statistics, regardless if you have PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, you're talking to somebody who has experienced all of them, right? 50% don't even admit it. Like that, it just blew me away.
That's the question though.
That's
who
the
do you admit that to? Because it makes you look weak.
Right.
Who do you
right.
admit that to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You admit it to your parents? Do you admit it to your woman? Do you admit it to your friends? Who do you admit that to?
Man, and I feel like that is something that it's cultural.
Yeah.
Right? We as men, and I don't even want to speak on just the black culture. I'm talking about across the board. Men are taught to man up, right? And not to heal up. It's different, right? But I want to get into that. Like I really want to dive into that. I know for myself, I've experienced this, y'all. Like just full transparency. I've had days where I haven't wanted to be around anybody. I really want to just disconnect myself. I've had days where like all I wanted to do was cry, and there's nothing bad going on in my life at the moment.
Right.
Like my wife's literally found me in the room, like sitting in front of the bed, like just like not Indian style, but just numb to everything. And a lot of it just comes from just keeping and holding a lot of stuff in, right? What I want to know is just hearing these statistics and understanding like, hey, this isn't something that's broadcast a lot.
Right.
I can count on my hand how many times I've seen commercials, I've seen help, I've seen support groups, I've heard it in songs where and I'm no judgment on the ladies. Their community rides for them as far as when they are feeling damaged.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I can't say that much for us.
Right.
You know, and I'm not pointing the finger at anybody else that's like oh, our women are supposed to go. No, I'm not pointing that finger at them because we don't even push the issue of like just having some type of safe environment for us to divulge what we got going on. And I'm curious, just hearing these numbers, like what have y'all experienced? Were y'all even aware that Men's Health Month was a thing? Like
I said, out the jump, I did not know that this month was Men's Health.
I want the people to hear you, bro. Make sure the mic is close.
I did not know. I did not know. For real, I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. That's a problem. Because it's something that was developed so that we can come together and break this topic down. Mm-hmm. So to not know that it was a thing, that's a serious issue.
Right.
You feel me?
Chris, what about you? Like, what you like have?
Honestly, I've known that it's a thing. Mm. Like, I've been kind of doing a little bit of research, a little bit of soul searching or whatever, you know, just trying to, cause, you know, some days I don't feel right either, but like, you know, I feel like I gotta feel right because my girl don't feel right sometimes. And I gotta take it on the chin and be the rock for her. And you know, so
you gotta be the rock.
Bro, okay, wait, I don't want to pass it up. You said something real important. It's about being the rock.
That's it.
People, okay. In the process of like just, you know, going see my counselor and just kind of working through the things that I had going on, like you'll be surprised at how much stuff from years ago still bothers you or affects you today. Like the simplest thing, bro. And I mean that's another conversation in itself. But in the process of going through that and just kind of working through those different blocks, it made me think about the concept of what is actually being a rock.
Yeah,
that foundation has to be strong, bro. We can't. The idea that we have to just kind of keep in all of what we got going on and our weak points. Y'all got to understand how a balloon works. When you inflate a balloon, you can go all the way up until its weakest point, and then that point is going to blow out. That's the same thing that we have going on. Whenever you have issues, your own as well as the world's, right, being constantly poured and packed down on you, your weakest point is going to blow out. Now, regardless of what that illustrates itself in, it could be alcohol addiction, it could be drugs. Fellas, let's keep it a stack. It could be women. Right. You feel what I'm saying? It's a vice, right? We have to change that thought process on what strong, what like us being a rock actually is. And understand that there's strength in facing the mirror and admitting you have a problem. Right? So like I'm curious, sitting back, like again, thinking about all of this, I can count how many people I've actually seen go through things, whether it's PTSD or whatever, and not address it. And it put them in a real dark place in their life. Some still aren't removed from that. Like I'm like have y'all even seen that before? Like what have y'all experienced?
For me, like I can think about the men in my family, and I'm not gonna speak too much on it because, you know, I don't want to air nobody out. But just the men in my family, like us dealing with things on our own, having an issue with asking for help, you know what I'm saying? The issue with women, like the abuse, it's not even the abuse of women, it's the abuse of ourselves, honestly, because if you're going, temptation, but not just that. It's like if you're going through something, and let's say your vice isn't alcohol or it's not drugs or whatever, you go straight to women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you relieve that tension through women. Like I've seen that through many people, and just me and many people in my family. Like, bruh, it's hard, bro. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard. And like I said, we just don't have that outlet. We don't have that open communication that women have. You know what I'm saying? Just to sit down and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through and I don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's the pride, you don't know how to present it, or you don't want to feel weak. You know what I'm saying? It's just a list of things that come with it, and it's sad, bro.
But nah, you're right. I can say that for myself. Like even looking back at things now, like being married and having a daughter, when I look back at my past relationships, a lot of the women that I've met in between the times where I was in a relationship and not in a relationship, it's sad to say this, but they're collateral damage. They're collateral damage to the damage that I chose not to address. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I was telling my mom this earlier. Like, when I really sit down and think about myself, like really just take a self-assessment, right? I'm a relationship type of guy. Like, granted, on single mode, I can dibble and dabble. You know what I'm saying? I know how to move and groove, but at the same time, like, I'd much rather be with one person. My wife is currently out of, well, she just landed back in Houston, but she's been out of town for a few days for a conference for work. And we talk often, but just being at the house with Rocket, with my dog, my daughter's by my mom's, yo, I was lonely, bro. I missed them, right? And I mean, some will argue, well, that's because that's your wife and y'all have years in, stuff like that. But I mean, it made me really sit there with myself and think about the times whenever I was single. And you know what I mean? I didn't have someone I was like, oh, this is my girl. Like, I could, we highlight that single, I guess you'd say, period in our life. But let's keep it a stack, y'all. I mean, I don't know no guy, I don't know any guy that's never been, you don't have a moment where you're by yourself and you are like definitely wishing you could change that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Chris, what about you? Like, what have you seen?
Bro, I mean, we've been rocking a while, like, bro, and I done seen every side of the spectrum, with you, Sean, Bully, Kobe, it's just like, it's all, we all deal with different things and the same thing, but differently, we all deal with that differently, one might, one of his vices might be, women, one alcohol, one might be weed, it's just, we all deal with it different, but we never speak on it.
That's what I was about to get to. How many times, because you just mentioned those names, right? Just in the midst of those names, y'all are good friends, correct?
Yeah.
How many times have y'all sat together and been like, what are you going through? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. What is it that's bothering you?
I mean, I honestly could say maybe a handful of times, and it was just like, I didn't observe them being like, hey, bro, like, yo, you all right? You good? What you going through,
I can honestly say that only would happen when it seemed like things were coming to a head. Like, when things were obvious, this man has something going on with him. But see, even with that, like I'm a piggyback off what you just said. Even with that, there's people in the midst of that. I'm one of them that would feel like I can't share the inner thoughts that I have because I have to be available for you, right? And
it shouldn't be like that.
Definitely shouldn't be like that. Like, who am I to think that I can handle my issues better than you and not vent about them, right? And what ended up happening is just that my stuff would just boil over, and that's when it would come out.
So can I ask, why is it that you feel like that?
The culture, bro. It's the culture. It's crazy because like I actually have that written down. Like, we're taught to be tough.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when we go through things, y'all can know this. Whenever y'all have done anything, if you fall and scrape your knee, what you tell your little man, cousin?
Rub some dirt on it. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah. Oh man, you gonna be all right.
He said, rub some dirt on it.
Hey man, that's what my coach used to tell me, man.
Rub some dirt on it.
It's gonna be all right.
For sure. He said what? Grab that mug out of.
It's gonna, but that's a good life principle though. It's gonna sting for a little bit, but it's gonna be all right at the end of the day.
I get where he coming from.
Right, but at the same time, it leaves a scar, and that's the part that we don't talk about.
But don't all wounds leave a scar?
Yeah, all of them do. That's the point.
I'm just saying, all wounds leave a scar, no matter how you treat it.
But I'm gonna challenge you with that. Some scars are uglier than others.
Fair enough.
Right? It depends on how it heals. I remember I gashed my knuckle. I don't remember what I was doing, and I called myself trying to just clean it up, whatever. And my girl, she's a nurse.
Right.
She specifically like saw my hand. She's like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with your hand?" I'm like, "Oh, I cut it." She saw when I first cut it. And then I just, took it upon myself to take care of it. Well, whenever she looked at it, she was like, "Yo, that's not supposed to look like that." I was like, "What do you mean? It's scabbed over. It's fine. It doesn't hurt." She's like, "No, that's not supposed to look like that." She went in, cleaned it out, cleaned it up, and it healed like this. Yo, I'm telling you, I was a far way away from this whenever I thought I had it done right.
Right.
And I use that comparison to say there are people specifically with the knowledge of how you're supposed to work through something. We can't just keep the same idea of, oh, I went through this. It's going to bother me for a minute, but it's going to be all right. That it's going to be all right means I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to move on. There's going to be other issues that's going to take my attention away. Does not mean, the damage and baggage that comes up, it rears its ugly head when you least expect it.
Right.
I know, most of my emotional damage popped up when I was being in a happy relationship.
See how the devil worked though.
Yeah, right. And we could definitely get on that. You know what I'm saying, on a biblical level. But yeah, you're not gonna see any of that stuff whenever things are going bad already. The second you look like you're moving in the right direction and you're headed in the direction that God has for you to go, but those blessings are right around that corner, is one knows when that baggage is gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? Tools of the enemy. It ain't something falling out the sky. They're going to use what's within, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It really just blew me away when I saw the statistics. And then once I, stopped and just looked at where we are today with all the shootings that's going on, with the various suicides that happen, right? You got to ask, it made more sense. The statistics made perfect sense. And I think what you're talking about of why is it that we feel this way really speaks to the culture and how things are. We're taught as young boys, yo, bro, you got to be tough. We don't cry. Man up. Yo, it's obvious. If anything is obvious, in 2022, we've been doing this wrong, okay? Right? And it's I guess now the question is, what do we do to change it?
Communicate. I feel like our biggest issue is communicate. Mm-hmm. All right. So crying as a boy, as a man, it's a form of expression, right?
Right.
But we don't want to let that out.
Never.
Communication is not just words. You know what I'm saying? It could be how you express yourself. If you walking around the house, you're married. If you walk around the house and you got a chip on your shoulder, you're communicating to your wife a certain type of way to where she will understand it, whether you mean it intentionally or unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? But if we were able to communicate and be like, you know what? This is what's going on with me. I got a problem with this and I feel like this. Then the solution would be easier to come to.
Right.
Not only would the solution be easier to come to, but that weight on your shoulder, that feeling on your chest, it'll be off your chest because guess what? I expressed it.
Yeah.
I expressed it.
Big facts.
It's not like I'm holding it in, like the balloon theory that you gave earlier. I'm not holding it in. I said how I feel. You know how I feel. Now the only part that's left out from that is, how do we solve it?
I'm with you on that. We got to start opening our mouth more, bro. Bruh. It's hard because would you say that us men in our community, we need to make it more of a regular thing to do to check in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm big on temperature checks. I call them temp checks, right? So what happened with me at work? I was at work, and literally, I'm not going to divulge exactly what happened, but at the same time, there was a situation, and my initial response to that situation wasn't how I normally am. So at that point, it's like, yo, wait a minute.
Red flag.
That's a red flag. That's not my baseline. Now, I would argue we need to make it a regular thing to understand what our baseline is. You know what I'm saying? What is really okay? What is your definition of okay? You call your boy up right now. Any friend you have, it could be across the country, right? You say, how you doing? If they say, I'm all right, 9 times out of 10, they're not all right. They got something going on. I don't care if it's small.
Hey, look, and we both did that at the beginning. How you feeling? We good. Yeah. we ain't even speak on like, look, this going on, blah, blah, blah. Look,
Exactly.
yeah, we good. That's it.
Yeah.
And come on now. That's true, but not true.
Yeah.
And I can speak for myself because I got certain things that I'm dealing with and stuff like that. Family, finances, all of that. Like, but we're taught to just take it on the chin
Sweep it under the rug.
move forward.
What's the wildest thing about what you just said is I feel like that is probably one of the main similarities that men have in general when it comes to issues. Not just how we responded, but the particular issues that you said you have going on. Family, finances, relationships, all this good. Yo, we all deal with it. But it's crazy because we kind of put ourselves in a corner where we feel like, oh, every other guy has to deal with this, and no one talks about it.
Right.
It is tough. As a man, we're groomed to be providers. We're groomed to be the heads of household. We're groomed to take care of our people. So if something is wrong in any one of those areas,
You just go into fix it mode.
you go into fix it mode. And some people handle the stress of it worse than others. So like now what you have is a situation where you're operating at like 80%. And that percentage is depleting because the entire time you're operating and still trying to be in fix it mode, there's nothing recharging you. The things that normally would sustain you aren't working because you are damaged. This entire makeup is like off. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. It's almost like we kind of got to remap how we handle outside of just communication. What is the level of stress that you really are whenever it's okay? We say I'm all right whenever things suck.
We say I'm all right when things are good.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, bro. Like our meter is broken.
It's
When
just
things
on,
good,
I'm all right.
when things good, you can tell. It's just you gotta look at the face. You gotta look at the face. You gotta look at the expression.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, Chris, what do you think would be like a solution to be able to fix this?
Man, honestly, therapy, bro. Therapy. Like you spoke on that earlier. Like I feel like therapy is important. Like even if you don't go see the doctor, if you can just let somebody hear what you gotta say,
Yeah.
you know, that's power right there, you know, because you're not holding it in, you're not
That's what I was
you know,
saying,
you're not dwelling on it. You just letting it go, and then whatever after that it is what it is, you know, but you know, that's why it's so powerful, you know, like I've been enjoying like when we can just tap in, you know, when we tap in, just, hey bro, how you doing? You good?
Yeah.
You know, just talk for a little bit, you know, just let that, whatever's bothering you go, and then, you know, just keep it pushing, you know, that's part of, you know, just the healing process, you know, because sometimes it's real, you know, you get in real murky waters, but if you can just let whatever weight is on your shoulder, just, hey man, look, bounce it off a couple like-minded individuals or just somebody that's close to you, right? You know, everything will end up being good, you know, because you can also get different opinions. You can look at different strategies on how to approach your problems. Yeah, different perspectives. You know, just different perspectives, you know.
And that's a good thing about having brothers and or sisters. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody thinks the same. The way that you see something is not the way that somebody else sees something. Like,
Big facts.
the words say we one body. You know what I'm saying? So if you functioning as a finger, you're not using the rest of your hand.
Big facts.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a bar right there.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. It's important to share. So while my wife's been gone, of course I'm trying to find things to do to kind of, you know, take up some
Take
time
your mind off of it.
I mean, I can't like no. Let me pause for a second. I wasn't like in a corner in a fetal position crying because she was gone. It was just like
You can tell the truth, bro.
Your
You
norm,
can
look, your norm was off though. You know?
man, my norm was up. It was just like, dang, the house quiet, bro.
Too quiet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm used to my daughter being like, my daddy, you know what I'm saying? Or hearing
Little feet pattering around.
Yeah, and they just weren't here. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't really have nothing going on. I reached out to Bully and Erica. Shout out to Bully and Erica, man. That's the homies. Bully the Kid, you know what I'm saying? Check them out on YouTube. But I reached out to them just like, hey, what y'all got going on? Y'all want to go get some sushi? And it was like, yeah, bet, cool. They got babysitters, and we had a great time just sitting there over a glass of wine, eating sushi, just laughing, talking about some memories, and everybody sitting here already know the situation that went on with me and Bully. And I'm gonna tell you something, it was a great time. We had already addressed this situation, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was a non-factor.
It was a non-factor, and once just me and him and his wife, once we went out, we had a good time. Like we had a meal. I was like, yo, this was a real good time, bro. And it was something that probably wouldn't have happened if we hadn't spoke. Now, in the midst of our conversation, he kept it real. He was like, yeah, bro, I had some things I had to work through. I started seeing a counselor. Same here. People don't realize the effect you getting help would have on the rest of your circle. You know what I mean? I seen a quote. I don't know who the creator is, but it was like talking saves lives.
Big facts.
And when I read it, I caught chills, y'all. I was like, that's so key. It makes you think, like, those people that are not here with us, what were their last thoughts? Cause all of these mental conditions don't just pop up. They can, but majority of the time they don't pop up. It's a gradual process. And if you could just take some of that weight off just by venting and feeling safe enough to vent and not be judged after the fact. Because there's a stigma that we have, right? But once I share this with you, how are you gonna treat me?
Right. And that goes tenfold, sometimes with your woman, because you don't want her to look at you as a weak.
I'm trying to tell you.
When you let your feelings go.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna speak to that. Yes.
And I'm gonna backdoor you.
Yesterday, I went go back to Generette, see my grandmother. I went to see my aunt, and we were sitting there talking. And while we were talking, my wife called, and we were talking. We chopped it up real quick. She spoke to my aunt, stuff like that. And she was like, "Well, yeah, I was just calling to check in on you." What, that check on me? What you mean check on me? She was like, from what we were speaking about earlier this week. And I was like, well, look at you. You trying to check on me? What you got to check on me for? I'm playing it off like I'm joking about it, right? But she's like, that's what I'm supposed to do.
I bet that spoke legions to you, though.
First of all, when she said that, it was a bar because my aunt was like,
Yeah.
But she's like, I know that's right. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, though. Like, how is your spouse looking at you whenever you share with them? Like, shout out to my wife, man. I love you. Like the fact that she called me to be like, I'm checking in on you. Like, you're in Milwaukee. You having the time of your life. You not.
And she call and worry about you.
Yeah, just to make sure that I'm still cool. This is the middle of my trip out here. And she's like, yo, are you good?
Hey, but that speaks to how important you are to her.
Exactly. Now, yeah, so I'm sorry.
It's real love.
I'm gonna say this too. Like, I don't want you to say it because I feel like y'all thinking it. I think y'all thinking this. So I'll take the bullet, bro. If you gotta worry about how your girl's gonna view you or treat you, and I'm talking about in a negative sense, when you share with her, that should not be your girl.
Right,
Bro.
Right? I mean, look, hey, ladies, throw the hate in the comments. It's fine. If your man comes and speaks to you about something that he has going on, now hold on. I understand they have things going on too. Right. It has to be a mutual thing, right? But don't condemn that man for sharing with you that the things that our society has basically deemed normal, the stresses that we deem normal that we're supposed to deal with, they're getting to him. That's only going to make it worse. And to me, that's ignorant. If you're gonna not have the emotional intelligence to see that this man is going through something.
Ignorant and selfish.
Ignorant and selfish. This man is going through something, and you feel the need to try to kick him when he down. You looking at him a certain way. You telling him, man up. No, that's not your place. Yeah, man, I'm losing my voice, bro. I get underneath my skin because I know somebody who's done that, and I'm just
Right.
So the crazy thing about it is, I was having this conversation. So I work at a clinic. The clinic that I work at is all women.
Yeah.
Right? So we were talking about the same thing about mental health with men, and they were confused about why men don't express themselves the way that they should, why they don't talk to their women the way that they should,
but they don't understand that because they master communicators, though.
I'm trying to tell you. So I was like, okay. So here's the scenario: your man is at home, right? He comes to you and he breaks out crying about a situation that he's dealing with, whether it's bills, whether it's something he's disappointed about, or whatever the case may be, right? At that time, at the very first moment, you may lift him up, right? But if he continues to do this, your immediate thought process is man up. As a woman, you're allowed to go through your emotions forever, for however long you need to go through them, until you get to a place where you're healed. We're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're not allowed the space to actually heal?
We're not.
Big facts.
It's like we are on a timer.
We are.
You get 15 minutes of fame.
I'm trying to tell you, a day, 2 max, 3 days.
Oh, that's it. That's it. You gotta get.
So okay, speaking from that point, if you are you got to ask this question too, and it's such a touchy subject because like a lot of this stuff that we talk about, we speak in generalities, right? But you got to really look at the specifics of every situation. Granted, I'm a firm believer that you take it as long as you need, but be exhausting all of your options in the process of healing. Like you can't be sitting up here wanting 100 years to figure something out, but you're not even trying. You ain't picked up a phone, you ain't YouTube nothing, you ain't Google nothing, you ain't set up no appointments. You haven't spoken to none of your friends. You don't like that's the other side of it, right?
You gotta put in the effort.
You gotta put in the effort. You know what I'm saying?
Faith without works is dead. That's in the Bible.
My God.
That's biblical, you know?
Big facts. It's just hard. For all my guys out there, man, in our community, what we need to do is make it a normal thing that you check in on the people that you care about. If this is your boy, if this your boy, I feel like if you watch this, if you hear it, take your phone out, shoot a text. A text message takes less than a minute just to tap in with somebody. And I'm going to tell you off rip, when you text them, they're going to probably straight up tell you, I'm cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Dig a little deeper.
Dig a little deeper. It's that simple, but for real though, you good?
Check on the energy.
Breaks down walls, bro. I was actually going, I think I had just left the gym. I was going to get a smoothie and I hit up Spec.
Yes, sir. Yes, you did. I was going to get on that.
I hit Spec up. Now, mind you, I hit this man up just on some like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? I'm just tapping in with you.
Yeah.
You feel me? I knew the pod was coming up. I knew I was coming down. We was going to set this up and everything. But I genuinely was like, yo, he popped into my head. I wonder how he doing type stuff. You know? Didn't know that he actually, it was a moment where he needed someone to holler at him.
Going through it. You know
what I'm saying? But if you believe in God, I honestly feel like that's a lot. That plays out. That situation, that scenario plays out a lot. Well, like just somebody on a random will pop in your head and you're like, man, let me holler at my boy. The question is, do you text them? Do you take that opportunity? Because, I mean, I could have just said, I'll get to it and we go get my smoothie. Right? Not saying, now granted, Spec here, I don't think he was going to be, you know what I mean? I wasn't going to be able to talk to him again. But you just never know. Right? And hell, you don't know what he's going to face later on.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's like a simple conversation can change somebody's whole attitude. which can make them better prepared to receive a blessing that they have coming that neither you nor them know about. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back.
Yeah, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I appreciate that. Now that we on just in front of each other, even on camera, like I really appreciate that because, like I said, just communicating with my brother. And that goes back to the point that I brought up earlier. Just communicating with my brother. And I was able to let him know, even though it may have seemed small, but it was something that was really bothering me.
Yeah.
And I was able to just, hey, this is what it is. This is how I feel about it. This is what I'm disappointed about. This is what I want in the future. That was enough. That was enough. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to take that and go on about my day. Every conversation that I had after that, it was great. I was in great spirits. I wasn't even thinking about that situation.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
That's beautiful.
And that's even taking it back to God. That's how God works. Because God put it in his mind to be like, hey, hit your bro up. He hit me up. Boom, boom.
But also, you see the growth in that man because he was able to listen to the spirit and discern when it was
And that's what
time.
I'm talking about.
You know, to just
Respect
hey,
you
bro,
for that.
you know, respect the notion that he was given.
Yeah.
You know.
I wanna say that. I'm glad you said that. Yo, I think because I've experienced this many a times where I've had that same scenario happen and I didn't reach out to the person. Now, don't get me wrong; these people are still here with me, but
The relationship could have been better, huh?
no, it's not even that. It's the idea that the thought crosses my mind of it's just me. Like it's not really, I'm not really anything that grand or that important to where like, they probably busy. They got stuff going on. I'll catch them later, or I'm gonna do this later, or, even if I may think something's wrong, right? Somebody else needs to hit them up, not me. I got too much stuff going on, all right? Like too much stuff that I need to work on personally. I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. God does not care what you got going on. God don't care what title you hold. God does not care where you are in life. God don't care how many mistakes you've made. God don't even care if you just left somebody's house, you just left another woman's house cheating on your girl. He don't care. The point of it is this. Everyone's gonna be used. If you are in close proximity with this particular person that he needs to get a message to, he's going to use you. And if you are not in close proximity with this particular person, but you are just the right amount of weird, and I say weird for a reason, I'm gonna get to it, to make an impact on that person when you speak to them, he's gonna use you.
You have to be used as a vessel.
You have to be able. Vessel.
You got to be able to receive it.
Big facts. God does not tell you how to say what to say. He just tells you what to say. That's what makes the experience unique and genuine, right? So if you get that idea, like if that pops in your head, check on that person, male or female. I know we're talking about men, mental health, but please, my ladies, my queens, please check on your sister, check on your brother. Do that.
Because I mean, honestly, you'll never know what this person needed to hear. You know, like I was just on the phone with Fresh the other day, and I said something. He was like, "Man, I need to hear that," and I was like,
What?
And we was just chopping it up.
Yeah.
We was just chopping it up. But God just told me, it was like, "Hey, say this."
Big facts.
And he needed to hear that.
Right.
You know?
That's dope, man. God, dog, bro. Fellas, this is cool. This was cool. I want to say this, though. Like, so we sat here and we talked about the issues that we have with the culture that's been since Allah, before we was even walking this planet, of how men handle their issues and deal with just trauma in general, right? And we also spoke to how we go about changing it, communicating, being honest with ourselves in more ways than one, actually admitting you have a problem.
Yeah.
Actually knowing yourself enough to know you have a problem, and also actively trying to fix said problem. Don't think you can just handle it on your own. Go counseling, speaking with your boys, whatever that may be, speaking with your girl, whatever that may be, right? So it leads me to this, right? What do y'all do to keep a healthy headspace?
True. I have outlets. Not distractions. And let's just be totally honest. I've been there. Alcohol is in my cup right now. Women, I've been there. Just, whatever it is that I needed to be distracted, I've been there. But what helps me at this point is outlets. Music, I love it. Writing in general. And I'm not just talking about just writing music. I'm talking about writing my ideas, writing what I'm dealing with, all of that. Like, I do that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like I said, I'm creating my anime, but even that is an outlet for me. Just being creative in general. Things that make me feel closer to God, like praying, meditation, like just reading the word. Like,
You gotta have that center so you can be balanced.
yeah, just different outlets. Because one thing that I want to do in my community is I want to start a nonprofit so that I can teach kids how to produce music and how to record music and things of that nature. Not because I feel like we need more musicians, because I feel like we need more outlets for people that are dealing with things and they don't have anything to put that energy into. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a great way to just deal with depression, stress, you know what I'm saying? Just unforeseen circumstances, like in general. When I was a kid, and my mama used to always have me on punishment because I was a bad kid, but she would never take my laptop and she would never take my tablet that I wrote in. One, because I was making music on my laptop. Two, because I was writing music in that tablet. That kept me going. You know what I'm saying? So having an outlet is very important. That's something special. And like in school they would take electives away. Like they would take
Oh man, that's a whole different conversation.
but still though, because that deals with outlets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have a school with no PE,
Right.
with no PE, no basketball, no football, no going outside, no none of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a whole bunch of frustrated kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gonna come to your class and all of that frustration, the teacher's gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But guess what? When they go to PE, they get it all out. They good. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Outlets. It's important.
What about you, Chris?
Man, honestly, bro, like when I hit like that real like just pressure, like I like playing pool, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I like playing pool. I also like going to the gym, man. I mean, that's cleansing to me. You know, it's like I feel like all that the bad energy, just the bad vibes. Like I can just push it out if I go to the gym, just feel better about myself.
Yeah.
You know, just self improvement.
Yeah.
You know, but also, you know, even with pool, it's just something that I do that I can just not even think about, you know, not even really think about what's going on. It just kind of relaxes me. It's like a vice that's not destructive.
Yeah.
But I can still exert energy that I can just kind of just relax, reset, and then, you know, reclaim what I need to do. You know?
Yeah. I respect that.
Yeah, man. Spec categorized it perfect. It's the outlets, bro. You got to have healthy outlets that I guess you would say pour into you as you're doing them. I don't make music, but this podcast and just creating content, don't get me wrong, there's sides of it where it gets a little tedious, but at the same exact time, it's genuinely fun. I genuinely enjoy doing this. Coming up with the different concepts, the scripts and stuff like that. It allows me to like exercise my creativity, which gets my mind off whatever I got going on. Not saying I'm not addressing it, but it's something positive I have to look to. Obviously, you know, my wife, my daughter, like those, I enjoy spending time with them. Even going to the gym. When I was trying to do my Muay Thai and stuff, I just got my fight camp stuff fixed, so I'm back doing that. So just martial arts and going to the gym, all of those things are healthy outlets. And it's easy to grab a bottle. It's easy to grab a blunt. It's easy to grab some pills. It's easy to hit somebody in the DM. but you got to ask yourself, is it feeding you?
Right.
Is it feeding you?
Or is it taken away from you?
Taking away?
Yeah.
All that stuff take a lot. It take a lot, bro.
And you know what's funny though? I'm gonna say this too, because this just popped into my head. The things that I named, one gives you an immediate sense of pleasure, but it slowly takes away from you. The other one gives you like a temporary sense of like pain, not pain, but you have to exercise. You got to give,
And it builds you up.
but it slowly builds you up,
Yeah.
That's hard.
right? Don't go for the low hanging fruit.
Yeah. I mean, if
That's
you get to
hard.
the top of the tree, all the fruit's available. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, bro.
Where I get these bars from? Boy, that's hard.
Experience,
That's
dog.
hard.
Experience, bro.
Man,
I like that. I
I'm
like
trying to
that.
tell you.
And you was dropping bars on the pod too, man. Man, nah, bro. But this was dope. This was dope. I wanna give him a nice little bow with it and just tie it up. You guys, my guys, we got to do better. We have to create a safe environment to where we can share. Okay.
Safe space part 2.
Safe space part 2, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we need to make that a normal thing where like, hey, if your friends, however distant, check on them and let them know that your line is always open if they need to talk. Shout out to my man Super Dre. He actually has a text group that they got a couple of guys in there. Like we just kind of tap in, people send some nice inspirational memes, stuff like that. And then every now and then someone will be like, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? Woo, woo, woo. I think we need more of that. I'm actually, I think I want to start one, bro.
Hey, man, do it.
Do that.
I want to start one. Shout out to my man Spec. This man hits me with a prayer every single day.
Hey, I was
Facts.
thinking about that the whole pod. I was thinking about that the whole pod. I wasn't gonna speak on it, but
Nah.
it's during the week. Like during the week, through my work week, when I go to work, I make sure that I wake up and I start my day off with a prayer. And I really wasn't doing it for anybody. I was doing it for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But God had been urging me for years. Hear me when I say this. For years to pray with your friends and pray with your family.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so weird. I don't want to do that. That's weird. But as soon as I started doing it, man, I'm telling you, doors open. People started being more
Receptive.
and expressing the fact that they needed it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for the fact that I was able to be obedient, and I'm gonna just leave it right there. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what
Me
I'm saying?
too.
Like when I get them, there've been moments I've had to call them like, hey, bro, like this was right on time. Like you just do not even know. But yeah, I'm gonna say like even for me, I would episodes like this is something that I envisioned immediately when I first said I was gonna do this. I mean, I'm granted I love business, I love entrepreneurship, I want to make a ton of money. You know what I mean? I want everybody else to make a ton of money. We all want to win, but just with my personal journey, with my mental health, and just getting to a place where I can say I'm okay.
Hey, man, look, I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I thank God for the growth on every one of y'all, man.
Yeah.
You know, because I done seen everybody at their lowest. I've been at my lowest, you know, and it's just like the things that we doing now is like,
It's
bro,
crazy.
we tenfold,
crazy.
100-fold from where we used to be, you know.
Yeah.
Scrounging for change.
Yeah.
to get a $5 box, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we went from our lowest of lows to now we you know just rolling with life, you know. And if we can all get on that space where we need to, you know, just heal,
Yeah.
then we'll be 100 times better.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to shout out a gentleman that, man, I wish I remembered his name, bro. I know he probably ain't gonna even hear this, but we had an interesting conversation. Spec, you were around for this actually. Somebody got in my comments and he disagreed with a statement I made, but I actually had the opportunity to get on the phone with this man. And one of the things he told me at the end of the conversation, we both understood what the other person was coming from. And he did admit that, okay, I see what you were saying, but this is one thing he did say that I had to. He checked me on it, and I was like, "Yo, you absolutely right." It's a process to get where you are. Everybody has a story. We don't come out perfect. That was thrown out the window since the beginning of time with Adam and Eve.
Big facts.
sir.
That was not about to happen. But one thing that we have to understand is everybody's at a different position. Everybody's at a different position in their life, and we have to be okay with meeting them where they are, regardless of what work they've done before they met us. I think that speaks a lot to why we don't reach out. It's not more normal for us to we're not running to help our brother like that. You know what I mean? Not because you don't want to help this person or you don't care about what they're going through, but because you think to yourself, you got your own issues, you got your own stuff you got to work with. Okay, well, he didn't go through what I went through. Maybe I would rather his situation. It doesn't matter. We all have a responsibility to help each other grow. And that gentleman, when I specifically said, Ben, sometimes I want to know, I want to pre-qualify people. Like, what's your credentials? What did you try before you met me? And he said, sir, you do not need receipts if you truly believe in God.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
hey, that's a bar, right?
That's a bar. I was like, yo, you are absolutely correct, sir. Like,
And that goes with communicating.
Yeah.
Everybody got a piece of the puzzle, bro.
yeah, big facts. Man, this was dope.
Wait. I know you about to tie the knot and everything, but I want to have a Rick Ross moment.
What's up?
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not coming back.
Yo. Yeah, man.
Shout out to that boy Spec.
Shout out to that boy Spec, man. We actually, what it was, it took a while for us to start. Like, I set everything up, and then, we had to kind of get some stuff straight before we actually started, but
But it is what it is.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We here now, man. And this was a dope episode. I appreciate Spec 2 Dope. I appreciate you, Chris. I want to tie this up real quick, and then we could do our
Well, look, let me say something before you tie it up, dog. Look, men heal. Men heal. I've been saying this all podcast. Men heal. Mental health starts with men heal.
Yeah, big facts, man. We got to change the definition of strength. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong enough to face yourself in the mirror and fix what's broke. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, guys. Just let's be the change. Let's change this narrative. Yo, if you know me personally, or hell, even if you don't, you see this podcast, you hear this podcast. Shout out to all my audio listeners, man. I want to do that before I get off of here, man. You guys are definitely rocking out.
Check out my man's on all platforms. Audible, iTunes, all of that.
He just told me I was on Audible.
Yeah, man. That's huge, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, regardless of where you hear this, please, I'm begging you, check on your loved ones. Tap in with your loved ones. Text them, call them, shoot them a DM. I don't care if you send them a pigeon. Do something. Let them know that you are here.
That boy said a messenger pigeon.
Yeah, man, send a messenger pigeon. You feel me? I don't know where these people, I don't know where everybody live at. But please just tap in with your loved ones, man. Let them know that you're here. Let them know that you are willing to sit and listen. And I guarantee you, we're going to start to see some type of change. Men, at the end of the day, we can complain, and I definitely, going down this rabbit hole, I definitely saw a lot of people upset and talking about no one gives a F about us and all that good stuff. Yo, it starts with us. We gotta be that difference. And I'm gonna say this publicly. I want to tap in with a lot more people and just talk about the different things and ways we can change this narrative and what they personally do to deal with their struggles. So be on the lookout for that soon, man. Tap in with your loved ones. Speak up. Like I said earlier, man, talking saves lives. And we got to change this culture. It's okay to be strong. It's okay to have endurance and be able to endure all the stresses and pressures of life. But you got to understand, we are the leaders. We are the head of the household. We can't pour into our loved ones if we are dealing with a broken up cup. If you're empty, or if you have a broke cup, you know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm gonna let y'all go. Yo, Success Ain't Random podcast episode. Come back in, bro. You can come in. Yo, Spec is sitting behind the cameras. He's like, yo, I didn't want to walk through. Yo, Success Ain't Random podcast, man. Episode 16. I love y'all, man. Chris says Spec will come back out. Let them know where they can find you, my G.
And y'all can find me on Instagram, THE_Chris_Avery. Check me on Facebook, Chris Avery II. Y'all tap in. Look, I got a lot coming up this year. Avery Multimedia Productions, we about to hit it running. So if y'all need pictures taken, if y'all need videos, holla at your boy. I'm sure we can make something happen.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean, I guess Spec gave his tag earlier. You feel me?
Spec too dope.
That's it.
The album coming out. Look, album coming out. Anime coming out. Y'all be on the lookout. Check out your boy. If y'all need a producer, holla at him. He good. I vouch for him 100%.
There you go. And it's your boy V-Nell-J. Follow me on I Am Growth on Instagram, man. And definitely tap in with the podcast. Success Ain't Random.
All right, though.
What you mean? I.am.grxth. I'm lost right now. I've been drinking.
Yo. I've been drinking.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he gave me a glass of this Crown Apple. And if anybody know me, man, I'm a lightweight. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. Again, this is something that's really, really close to my heart, and I'm so glad that you was able to share this with me. All my audio listeners, I thank y'all. I love y'all. People that's watching on YouTube, drop a comment below. Let me know where you watching this and what spoke to you. And how are you going to change the narrative? You got to understand success ain't random, and neither are you, man. So let's act like we are.
Mental health. Men heal.
Men heal. Until next time, be blessed. Don't stress. You already know the rest. And we out. Peace.
We reap what we sowing. To be peaceful, you gotta know violence. Keep it low, please don't cause a commotion. My response to the Levian ruins, and really not sure that's your type of promotion. We up early on road, rolling. Hog the lane in our bar, we ain't bowling. In 16, I hopped off in the Ford. Headed to Texas, not sure where I'm going. I'm the coldest on earth, bring the wind just to out them LaFaz. They see my devotion.